KSBY News starts right now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KSBY News at 11. I'm Amanda Starrantino. A former Atascadero mayoral candidate remains behind bars tonight after an hours-long standoff with police last night. Officials say it started when someone driving on Highway 101 noticed physical violence in a nearby car, which police have since identified to be 37-year-old Charles Scovell's vehicle. Moments later, the same witness noticed a man who appeared to be Scovell hit a woman with beer bottles in the front yard of Scovell's home. The woman suffered injuries from the incident, and when police arrived, Scovell ran into his house. And that's when a nearly 4-hour-long standoff took place. Scovell unsuccessfully ran for mayor of Atascadero in 2014. The attorney representing Scovell says he has pending cases, including several DUI charges. And police say they have been to Scovell's home a number of times. And today, Atascadero police announced several charges against Scovell following last night's incident. Those include a felony domestic violence charge, felony assault with a deadly weapon, and violation of a protective order. Scovell remains behind bars on a $500,000 bond. The director in charge of the FBI investigation into the San Bernardino terror attack is speaking out, revealing new details about the case. The FBI's top investigator in the San Bernardino terror attack says Saeed Farouk and Tashfeen Malik were planning to detonate a pipe bomb hidden inside a bag at the Inland Regional Center. But David Bowditch says investigators have found no direct links to foreign terror groups, but are still looking into whether anyone else helped plan that attack. And if you live in northern San Luis Obispo County, you may have noticed some smoke in the skies today. Fire crews were conducting training exercises. Crews lit a house on fire in Templeton and practiced responding to the fire and worked to put it out properly. The training simulated a real structure fire with victims inside and teams working together to get everyone to safety. The house used in the training exercise was donated by the Templeton School District, but we're told to have a training like this one, it doesn't happen often.
These are very rare. It's very difficult to burn homes with the amount of regulations that are involved. So we went through a lot of processes where we involved the Air Pollution Control District. They came in and looked at the building. They gave us the okay to do the burn.
And fire crews from Templeton and Atascadero, Paso Robles, and San Miguel Fire Department will be practicing throughout the weekend. And folks at Vandenberg Air Force Base are gearing up for their first missile launch of 2016. Tomorrow, the Jason 3 satellite will be launched, and this is a video of a previous test launch on the base. Base officials say the launch is an international mission led by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, and other several organizations. They say the mission will help monitor and measure global sea surface heights and support seasonal forecasts. The rocket is scheduled to launch around 10:45 tomorrow morning. News around the world, 5 American citizens held by Iran have been released from Iranian custody, and the announcement coming on the same day that the U.S. officially lifted nuclear sanctions against Iran. NBC's Ali Arouzi fills us in from Tehran.
As Iran and world powers prepare to implement a landmark nuclear deal in Vienna, here in Tehran, 5 dual national prisoners have been released. The timing probably not coincidental. The Tehran prosecutor's office put out a statement saying the 4 inmates were freed within the framework of prisoner exchanges, without elaborating, and they didn't mention the names of any of the prisoners released. The Iranian media has been rife with speculation, and now the State Department has confirmed that amongst the released prisoners is Washington Post correspondent Jason Rezaian, former Marine Amir Hekmati, and Pastor Saeed Abedini.
It's spectacular news. We're just so happy. Can't wait to see him. I mean, just hope he's in good health.
The release is also an indication of how much back-channeling has been going on between America and Iran since the nuclear deal, and the two sides have been able to talk to one another to solve out diplomatic disputes before they've spiraled out of control. Ali Arouzi, NBC News, Tehran.
And today, international sanctions were lifted as the United Nations declared Iran had fulfilled its commitment to scale back its nuclear program. And we're now just about 2 weeks away from the Iowa caucuses, and the candidates are hitting the campaign trail hard to shore up last-minute support. NBC's Chris Pallone has the latest.
Don't be a party pooper, Scott. Come on up. Running strong in New Hampshire, Donald Trump served up his best selfie smile in Portsmouth, all while stepping up his attacks against Ted Cruz, who the latest polls show has pulled neck and neck with Trump in Iowa.
Because a lot of people do not like Ted, to put it mildly, and I kept saying, "What? Am I the only person that thinks he's a nice guy?" So as it turned out, he finally went off the wagon a little bit and went a little crazy.
In South Carolina, Cruz ignored Trump's attacks, lauding news about the release of 4 U.S. prisoners in Iran, including Washington Post reporter Jason Rezaian, while using the prisoner swap to slam the president and Secretary of State.
While we celebrate their return, this deal serves as a piece of propaganda for both Iran and the Obama administration.
In Iowa, Marco Rubio also called the prisoner trade a sign of President Obama's failed foreign policy.
A deal with Iran, a deal with the Castro brothers, a deal with the Taliban. Why do you think they take American prisoners?
Meanwhile, the Democrats are preparing for their final debate before Iowa Sunday night. Surrogates for Hillary Clinton are busy getting her message out, husband Bill talking up her experience as Secretary of State to voters in Iowa.
As Secretary of State, she got the sanctions against Iran and had Russia and China going along with them. I confess, I didn't think she could do that.
With Bernie Sanders running even with Clinton in Iowa and New Hampshire, analysts expect to see escalating attacks between the two in the final days before the first 2 contests. Chris Pallone, NBC News, New York.
Well, tomorrow, Democratic candidates will go head-to-head in the first debate of 2016 in South Carolina. That airs right here on KSBY starting at 6 p.m. Well, coming up next on KSBY News, a local woman has spent her life making Avila Beach a better place for everyone else to enjoy. Coming up, now she's turning 90 and there's no sign she's slowing down. We'll meet Betty Woody. Plus, as we near the Martin Luther King holiday, people across the Central Coast are already honoring the civil rights activist. We'll take a look.
You're watching KSBY News, the Central Coast's #1 source for local news.
A local youthful spirit is turning 90 this weekend, and as she looks forward to her celebrations, the County of San Luis Obispo is recognizing her for all of her hard work she has personally put into keeping Avila Beach a beautiful place for all to visit. You may have seen her around town. Meet Betty Woody.
Looking to see if there's any more growing under here, because it sneaks in and grows.
Just hours away from blowing out 90 birthday candles.
I'm a young kid. Can't you tell?
Betty Woody won't stop moving, and you may catch this young soul during her morning routine in Avila Beach.
And when I walk my dogs, I check my gardens. I call them my gardens. They're really not. They belong to the county, but I call them mine.
A rightfully made claim. Betty has been a volunteer for the Park and Rec Department since the 80s. Picking up trash along the beach, clearing the sidewalks from dirt and sand, and of course, tending to her gardens.
I used to have 2 people that helped me, but one moved away and the other one died on me, so now I'm doing it by myself.
Her forever home.
Graduated from the little schoolhouse up here on the hill.
And a witness to all of its changes.
It's gone from funky to Malibu.
Avila Beach will forever be where Betty's heart is.
Well, right now it means home, and I love it, and I don't like leaving it.
And next time you walk past Betty's garden,
painted the little rocks to give it some color in here because it looked kind of dull.
Remember the youthful heart.
It needed a little life
planted in it.
Because people come and sit here and they can enjoy something different that's not like everybody else's garden.
Well, today Betty's daughter threw her a birthday celebration at the Avila Yacht Club for their friends and family and some community members as well. The San Luis Obispo County Board of Supervisors surprised Betty with a proclamation to thank her for all of her work. Betty has also in the past won a Beautification Award and Citizen of the Year Award. Happy birthday, Betty, from all of us here at KSBY News. And this weekend marks the 30th year of the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday, and people across the Central Coast were ready to celebrate. Today in Santa Maria, people gathered to honor him with music, poetry, and dance.
He paid the ultimate price by giving his life. And I think that even if people just take a moment and reflect on that, because he paved the way.
And the city of Paso held a similar event today to honor Martin Luther King Jr. The public gathered at Flames Inn Middle School to participate in art and essay contests, as well as listen to community leaders speak on King's message that continues to inspire a nation. It was a beautiful day across the Central Coast, some clouds in there, but we do have some rain in our forecast. Here's a look at a cloudy west of grade this afternoon, thanks to our photojournalist, Nate Asher. Of all those details about our next rain system coming through, coming up after the break. Welcome back. We had some cloudy skies across the Central Coast today with a little bit of rain overnight into the morning, but tonight we are at 52 in Santa Maria, San Luis Obispo at 52, Paso dropping down to 49, Lompoc 54, and Santa Barbara at 55 this evening. Those temperatures are going to continue to drop overnight, as you can see here, and then around 6, 7 a.m. that's when we're going to start them to see peak back up, but those lows are not getting very low, as you can see. Current winds across the Central Coast are fairly calm. We do have northwest winds that will continue through the rest of the week for the most part. We do have some advisories to talk about. High surf advisory giving us that high tide. You've seen it if you've been out to the beach. Absolutely incredible to see. Building surf, though, from Saturday today through Tuesday. Check this out, 13 to 18 foot max sets, 22 feet. So definitely something to be careful of if you are heading out into the water, but surfers, have some fun. All right, so we do have an avalanche warning in the Sierras. It's just saying it's going to be extremely cold up there. Very dangerous conditions, but we are getting some snowpack there as well. High surf warning in Hawaii because of those massive waves they've been getting, but we're concerned about this because of all the activity over the Pacific right here. You can see those systems, cold fronts pushing in along with this warm front right here, but low pressure system pushing in, going to give us some activity along the Central Coast coastline by next week, giving us some pretty big waves. But our satellite and radar is showing rain in northern California right now, but our microclimate forecast giving us some clouds until when are we going to get rain? Probably by Sunday night, very late going into Monday morning. You can see early Monday morning right here, North County of San Luis Obispo is going to be getting the brunt of the rain. By Monday afternoon, about commute time on the way to work, if you are going to work on the holiday, you're going to be getting some rain then, so be very careful when driving. By the afternoon, Santa Barbara County will be getting a little bit of that rain. Clearing up for Monday night with some clouds. Tuesday, here we go again. This is a soaker right here. Tuesday morning into Tuesday afternoon, that rain is going to persist throughout the day going into the evening, and then just cloudy skies for the rest of the week. Some rain coming back in by the end of the week. Long range pattern. Jet stream is in the red. Green is our rain systems. We're seeing a lot of rain systems, one after the other, after the other, after the other. We're going to be seeing that a lot for the next couple of weeks. Mid-late next week, we could get very wet, so something to look out for. But for the most part, as we can see right here on our rain potential, about a ½ inch with this soaker that's going to be coming through this week, but by next week, we could be getting over an inch. So that is something to look out for. We could be getting a lot of rain coming up almost to 1.5 inches by the end of next week. So something to be looking out for. Our rain levels are continuing to go up, but rain accumulation in California, you can see right here as we push up. Northern California going to be getting the most of it. This is by next, not this coming Tuesday, but the next. All the way down into Southern California, getting quite a bit of rain, including the Central Coast. Microclimates for Sunday, going to be a very nice day. Those low 60s, some areas getting into those upper 60s, those lows staying in the 40s, low 50s. So it's going to be very nice. 65 in Solvang, 61 in Orcutt. Those inland areas staying in the low 60s, as well as our coastal areas. And in North County, very similar temperatures. Avila at 65, Morro Bay 63, Cambria 62 tomorrow. Quick look at our 5-day forecast. Santa Maria and Santa Barbara probably going to see a little bit of rain. Santa Barbara very minimal on Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, again, going to see most of it. Cloudy skies for the rest of the week until about Thursday, Friday, when some more rain comes in. Paso getting a lot of rain Monday and Tuesday, as well as San Luis Obispo, probably up to about ½ inch, almost up to 1 inch of rain with this system coming through. So definitely some rain on the way, but enjoy the rest of your weekend with some cloudy skies. For more news and sports with Travis Clark, join us after the break. What's going on there?
yeah, what's going on?
Well, thank you, Travis. Yep. All right, well, coming up, several feet of snow doesn't stop a squirrel from having a snack. You don't want to miss this story. Still ahead, we'll see how the rodent managed to reach his goal. Well, be it rain, shine, or snow, a squirrel needs to eat, and there he is. And after heavy snowfall in Estonia this week, squirrels had to work a little harder for their food. This squirrel showed off its athletic ability, diving headfirst from the trees to find its stash of nuts. The squirrel burrowed its way through the winter wonderland like a pro, and we just really wanted to show you this video of this squirrel to make you so thankful you live on the Central Coast and don't have to run. There you go. Okay.
All
right, let's switch over to Central Coast weather though. We do have some rain on the way, some cloudy skies for the weekend. Here's a look at our 5-day forecast. Paso and San Luis Obispo, you can see cloudy skies for your Sunday, but Monday and Tuesday, some showers there. Could get up to about an inch of rain. Our soaker though, it's going to be next week. Santa Maria and Santa Barbara, Monday and Tuesday as well. It's going to be lighter rain the more south you go, but overall, cloudy weekend on the Central Coast, but fairly warm temperatures in those low 60s. So enjoy the weekend and stay safe when it rains.
Did you say our soaker?
Soaker. We're going to get a soaker, like a super soaker of rain.
Really excited.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Good night.